everyone, it's Gypsy and welcome to On the Edge of Appalachia. So first I would like to start off by showing off a Christmas present I got. This is from my dearest friend of 51 years. I hope you guys could see it okay. Back it up a little bit. I love it. I can't wait till spring when I can put it outside my garden. I think I'm gonna put it by my urban cottage garden. I think it will look good there because I'm trying to, lay down pavers so I can sit out there when I'd like. So I'm just really excited about this. I wanted to share it. Thank you, Pam. So, anyways, this stuff down here, sorry. It's been, let's see, about 2 months since I've done any serious gardening. The last thing I did was plant my garlic. And it's like, I need to get back to focusing on gardening because it really put me into a funk meant to be able to do a whole lot. So today, it's gonna be in the 40s. And the sun was actually out for a while today. Tomorrow is gonna be, I think, in the 40s again, and over the weekend in the 50s. I'm gonna go back to winter. But this break has got me like, feeling better and thinking about gardening. So I thought I would do a video today. Last year, not that it was my first year gardening. I've been, gardening for, since I was young. This was my first year doing it on a larger scale. Sorry, my hair is bothering me. And so I learned quite a few things from gardening, on a bigger scale. Anyways, so I thought I would tell you guys what it is. So one of the things I learned is not all cold crops do well in both spring and summer where I live. Now I think a lot of it has to do with how quickly our seasons change. So some crops that are cold crops, I plant them in the spring and we switch from winter, we kind of bypass spring almost and go right, and they bolt. Spinach, I give up on. I might give it another try if I have some seeds left, but I'm not investing in spinach anymore as much as I love it. But everything bolts more quickly. And also, on the flip side, cold crops that do good, like cold crops don't necessarily all do good in fall. Some do, some don't, and I've learned, which to plant when. So that's a good thing. Also, the suggested sowing and planting or transplanting date is not necessarily accurate for me, for where I live. And I'm sorry to say this, but especially if I use the Farmer's Almanac suggestions, it doesn't work for me. Actually, I'm finding I have to do it earlier than what the Almanac suggests, whether, I'm planting seedlings inside or I am planting outside. Now, obviously, I have to wait until the last frost. But the Almanac, throughout the season into fall, it doesn't work for me, okay? So, I found out also, because I love peas, peas do great in spring, but I found they don't do good in fall. They start out great, and they grow, but like I said, not only do we jump from winter to summer, we jump from like summer to winter almost. I think our cold is too harsh here. Maybe if I plant them a little earlier, like I was just saying, the suggestion isn't working for me, that might work with peas. But I'm finding when I plant peas in spring, they do beautifully, they do great. So I think I might just not plant those in the fall, this coming up season. Let's see, kale. It does good in spring. It does. I don't know why. But the other brassicas don't. And that is, again, because we get hot so fast here. And they'll bolt and they get eaten by the, oh, Lord. Anyways. Let's see, I have a lot of seedlings. Don't necessarily mean a big harvest. A lot of plants or seedlings. For instance, my bountiful beans, despite their names, okay, I planted 75 plants. My harvest wasn't anywhere as big as I would have liked it to be. So I found there are certain things where it doesn't mean you're going to get a big harvest. On the flip side, I had 2 cucumber plants. Man, I was overrun with cucumbers with just 2 plants. So it more has to do with the crop, how much it produces. Not necessarily the amount of plants you have. So, let's see. Here's a biggie. I have to cover my brassicas to protect them from the moths because they lay the eggs and then their little caterpillars just eat my brassicas. I have to do it either before they sprout, if I direct sow, or as soon as I transplant them. They need to be covered immediately because if I don't, those little suckers get in there somehow. And I'm also going to figure out, a better frame or something to cover them. Yeah, that was my biggest problem. I need stronger trellises for plants such as tomatoes and cucumbers. So I will be working on that, again, for cattle panels. I also learned red raspberries, they multiply quickly and act. I didn't complain, I just was surprised. I mean, I knew they did, but I didn't realize how much. Okay, I need to plant a hell of a lot more tomatoes to suit my needs. I like tomato stuff. I like spaghetti, pasta, salsa, stuff like that. Anything that has to do with tomatoes. And I discovered making tomato powder. Oh my God, it's a godsend. You put that to thicken your sauce. It's amazing. It tastes so good and it thickens really well. Gives you a very rich sauce, even if you don't put meat in. So I need a lot more tomatoes. And last but not least, I discovered last year, I am a much better gardener than I ever could have imagined. I mean, I was surprised. And I know it varies from year to year, depending on the weather. But I did good. So, anyways, I'm going, I need to get back to more gardening. The weather is good today. I'm going to go out there and see what needs to be done for the moment. I know my greenhouse collapsed. And starting in January, which is next week, I'm going to be starting my pepper seedlings. So, stay tuned for that. I'm going to leave you with that. Blessed be, and make it a joyful one.